as a whole seems to say nothing. We're just going to sit back and hope that somehow that problem deals with itself. If we were really willing to lay down everything we have, to lay everything we have on the line to make the world a better place and to help people understand the love of Jesus Christ, I think the world would change. And matter of fact, I'll tell you what Gandhi said. Gandhi, who lived in a time when there was the British occupation in India, there were these massive problems, and they knew the British as Christians. Gandhi read the New Testament, and he said, if the Christians in India would live as Jesus commanded them to live, all of India would be Christian. He said all of India would convert to Christianity if you just lived according to the teachings of Jesus. But we're not here in the West. We're focused on living our lives, getting a nice house until we die. And I mean, I would just ask you, what do you want to accomplish in your life? Do you want to be able to say when you die, well, I really had a nice house and I really had a sweet car, and you know, that's it. That's all I wanted out of life. Good house, good car, nice, comfortable life, no problems, and I did it. I accomplished that. Or do you really want to make a difference in the world? Well, as a Christian, what are you called to do? Are you called to live a comfortable life, or are you called to make a difference in this world by proclaiming the gospel, by proclaiming the love of Jesus Christ, by refuting falsehoods? If the church took seriously what we're commanded to do, I think you would see a massive, massive change in this world.
Amen. We have a call. Who's with me?
Mark.
Hello, Mark. Go ahead.
Hi. The love of Jesus Christ be with you. And
thank you,
David. I'm very pleased to see this program, and I'm very excited about getting my opinion voiced. Basically, I agree with what David has said a few minutes ago about the how did the Muslims get the right to not to be criticized in public. Basically, it's the same mechanism that voted Christ out of the schools. It's the same crowd that were able to press the government and other people and enforce their minority belief to alienate most of the people here in the United States, whom they are very, very religious in core values and in everyday life. In the meantime, the media by itself right now is not going, and it's not willing to help David or our cause at all. And what David and yourself, Pastor Joseph, are doing right now is the right thing. You are creating an alternative media, which is really lacking in this country. This alternative media, trust me, there are millions of people who have been being fed all these lies over the years about, tolerance and all these things. Yes, there's nothing about, we don't hate Islam. We're just trying to defend our Christ and our belief. So therefore, what you are doing is something that was of great magnitude, whether you think it is not, it is actually is. Because people are scouring over the internet, trying to find the truth, which is not really supplied at all by our media. And when they find something like your program or your website, which I have seen, it's a very, very classy way of getting their information. The more you keep your message on, many, many people will get into it. And no other media will give you this chance to do that, because the media is completely blocked for that. They have made a huge amount of effort not to broadcast any Christian material. And I will remind you about the movie, The Passion of the Christ. Mm-hmm. It was about the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, which is from the Bible, and it was an unbelievable war that has been launched against this one movie, only one, against hundreds of movies in Hollywood. So therefore, don't try to think or even have an idea that this media will let you do something through them. Forget about that and keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is the right thing. Create an alternative media, and this is what will, believe me, will pick up steam.
Amen.
And many people will do it. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Do you have any other calls? No, all right. I think we have 15 minutes left in our show. I want to go back to France and Switzerland.
I just want to say something about it, because he's mentioning the media versus the alternative media. It is really a shame when the media as a whole submits to Islam and submits to organizations like CARE and agrees, hey, we're not going to publish things if you find them offensive. Because the media, when it's doing what it's supposed to do, the media can be wonderful. The media can do a wonderful thing. The media can do things, when the media can do things that no one else can do. For instance, when an apostate is going to be killed in a Muslim country, there have been times when the media jumps on it, and it's all over the news, and the Muslim country doesn't kill the person. Okay, we're not going to kill him. Okay. Or there was a situation where a woman was going to get a bunch of lashes for wearing pants, and the media jumped all over the issue. It was in all the newspapers, it was on TV, and the Muslim leaders backed down. Okay, we're not going to beat her. Situations where a little girl is fighting for a divorce from her husband because she's only 9 years old, and the media jumps on it, and the authorities allow her to have the divorce and not be killed. When the media does its job, wonderful things can happen. The media says, look at that problem over there. We are going to make everyone aware of this problem. And if you do something, wherever you are, whether it's a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew or a Hindu or whatever, if you do something that's bad and wrong, we're going to make sure everyone in the world knows it, and you're going to be humiliated and embarrassed. And the people almost always back down. The people almost always stop the horrible thing that they were about to do or the horrible things that they were doing. But when the media says, we're not going to criticize Islam anymore, we're not going to do anything that's offensive to Muslims, we're not going to allow any criticism of Islam, we're not going to tell you what the Quran teaches and how this is related to problems in the world today, the media is a problem. The media is a problem because people expect the media to point out the issues and to tell them the truth. Well, if the media is telling them, no, Islam's a religion of peace, Islam's a religion of peace, this violent terrorist attack has nothing to do with Islam. Well, now the media is the problem, because now the media, instead of pointing out the real problem, they're covering up the real problem, namely the teachings of Islam. And I'll give you an example. CNN, after the Fort Hood shooting, CNN, this was on CNN's website, they published an article on their website saying that Islam condemns attacks like the Fort Hood massacre. Why? And they said because according to the Quran, whoever kills someone, it's as if he killed all men. So there you have, they didn't even give the reference. I know what the reference is. They didn't give the reference, but as it was presented on CNN's website, they said, according to the Quran, anyone who kills someone, it's as if he killed all mankind. Now, if you don't know what the Quran actually says, and you just read that on CNN, you think CNN's giving you the good stuff. You think CNN, one of the top news organizations in the world, you think they're giving you the truth. And they say, no, that terrorist attack had nothing to do with Islam. Actually, Islam condemns that. What happens when you know the reference and you actually look up what the Quran really says? Well, there you say, it says this was a rule given to the Jews. It says, therefore, we ordained for the children of Israel that anyone who kills an innocent person, that's what it means. If you kill an innocent person, it's as if you killed all men. But then you go to the very next verse. Surah 5:33 is the next verse. And it says that the penalty for making mischief in a Muslim land is that you'll be tortured, you'll be killed, or so on. It gives all these penalties for doing it. Now, think about something like the Fort Hood massacre. What was he doing? He's angry that these soldiers are going, and that because the United States is fighting in Muslim lands, and these are soldiers who are going to be fighting in Muslim lands, and therefore he slaughters them, he kills them, he guns them down. What was his reasoning? The United States is making mischief in Muslim lands, and therefore you kill the soldiers who are making mischief. What was he doing? That's exactly what Surah 5:33 tells him to do. It's exactly what he's told to do. And the verse before it, that Muslims rip out of context, rip parts out of context, and it was even a rule that applied to the Jews, not to the Muslims. They rip this out of context, pretend that it applies to the Muslims, ignore the next verse, which commands things like the Fort Hood massacre, and there you have it. It's all on CNN, no reference, no anything. Completely misrepresented the facts, and that's the problem with the media. Because as a reader, if you're a reader and you don't know anything about Islam, you read that, oh, see, I knew Islam had nothing to do